What is up, guys? So today I'm going to go through basically the history of me being on the internet, from the first video whenever I showed up on the internet to now. Kind of just connect with y'all because I get a lot of messages from people wanting to know what it's like to be a YouTuber and an entertainer, and how did I do it, and how hard is it, and what got me into it. So I'm going to show you and explain all of that in this video. This might be a long video, I don't know, but I feel like it's a video that needs to be made because a lot of people ask. So I'm going to show y'all this, and I'm not going to lie, a lot of my early stuff was very, very cringy, and I didn't know, just as well as people watching this video don't know, because you're not sure if you want to do it or not. So I'm going to show y'all some shit, so stick around. So this next video I'm about to show you is literally the very first time in my life I ever stood in front of a camera. I've always been insecure. Part of this was me wanting to get over my voice, the way my voice sounded on camera. I was very insecure about my voice. I've always been very insecure about my weight because I've always been skinny. I'm starting to eat more and pack on some pounds. I'm feeling happier. That doesn't matter. This video is me in my closet at my old house. This is the very first time I ever showed up on the internet. So it's very cringy. It was actually a blooper. And I posted this and it got like 7,000 views or something on Instagram. This is like the second time I posted it or something. But this is the first video I ever posted on the internet. And it was to my old channel, Muddy Patriot TV, which no longer exists. Which I'll give you the backstory on that video after I show you this clip. Guys, Muddy Patriot TV talking here, and I guess we're gonna fuck me. We're not gonna do nothing. I'm not gonna do nothing at all. I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say. Don't worry about what I was gonna say, because it's not important. Because I mean, I forgot. If it was, important, I wouldn't forgot. But I forgot. Sorry for wasting your time. This is very bad. Guess we're gonna have to redo this video. Okay, so notice how awkward I was. For one, I'm going to point out everything, that way you can comprehend how this whole internet process works. For one, it was a very shitty job. My cameraman, which was my best friend, was breathing heavy as shit, if you listen closely. For two, I was very awkward. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no purpose. I wasn't looking directly in the camera. I was kind of looking around. For three, my setup was very cringy. I had dip cans and Trump shirts behind me with a Browning shirt and RHEC shit. It was very cringy. It looked like a knockoff Cabela's behind me. Don't do that. Now, I'm in my truck. This is my place. I'm comfortable here. I talk to God in my truck. I pray in my truck. I listen to country music in my truck. I'm happy here. I'm fine making videos here until I have my own setup one day. But I just have a lack of a lot of shit that you need. So this is just me not knowing anything about the internet in that clip. So alright, this next clip I'm going to show you is me probably about 6 months after the original first video that came out. This is me after no more cameraman. Okay, basically I started this YouTube channel called Muddy Patriot TV. I was really heavy into four-wheeler riding. I wanted to get a GoPro and do mudding videos, and that was my shit. That's just what I like. That's what I did. I rode with my buddies. Basically, long story short, buddies fell off the map. Started doing shit that I didn't approve of and I didn't do. So we kind of disconnected there. Whatever, no big deal. I was like, hey, I'm going to make videos by myself. I'm going to be my own guy. And my mindset was, I can do this and I have the personality. I can blow up. I'm doing it all on my own. That way I don't owe nobody nothing if I do blow up or something happens. I don't owe nobody nothing. I did it all on my own. You didn't help me. So I started making videos all by myself. One thing I will tell you, no video that I've ever made has ever been scripted. Everything has came 100% off the top of my head. Like this next video. This video did very, very good on Instagram. It was about 6 months later, and just off the top of my head, just me. I actually had the flu here. I remember that. That's why I had the hoodie over my head. But I had the flu, and I was home alone, so I made this video. Everybody out here talking about race. Like, I don't know what that is. I'm white. I'm black. I'm Mexican. And I'm addicted to heroin. I tell you exactly what I am.
I'm full-blooded American. Born and raised in Antarctica. I like Antarctica. It's really cold there. There's all kinds of penguins. I used to have a pet penguin, but he died. He got hit by an iceberg. Little son of a bitch. Knew I shouldn't have took that leash off of him. Tried to bury him in my backyard. I live in Antarctica. My backyard's ice, so I tried to dig a hole. My house fell in the ocean. Then I got depressed, went outside butt-ass naked and tried to piss. Got hypothermia and frostbite, touched my dick fell off. Like, literally. So now I'm just an old homeless guy sitting outside with no dick in the middle of Antarctica freezing his ass off. So now I identify as a homeless fucking weirdo. Tried to write that on the back of my license. Took it up to the DMV and the lady kicked me out and called me a fucking weirdo. I was just trying to get a license to buy a snowmobile. I mean, everybody in Antarctica has snowmobiles. So now I'm just some lonely crackhead on a snowmobile, butt-ass naked with no dick looking for a new penguin. Happy feet? Is that you? Did I mention I'm also homeless? I was gonna get me a girlfriend, but, you know, girls don't like weird guys like me. Turns out I'm into bestiality. I mean, I didn't know they had a name for fucking penguins. I love my penguin. He's a good boy. He is a good boy. Now, right about this time of making videos, I discovered a company called Redneck Nation. If you look, I think everything's backwards on camera. I don't know, it is for me. It says Redneck Nation on my shirt. I'm now sponsored, which is pretty badass. I found out who they are. I discovered Upchurch. So a lot of people are like, hey man, you look like this guy, you remind me of him. I looked him up. My best friend actually got me into him. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to set out to be sponsored by Redneck Nation. If this guy who dropped out of high school and was a painter and blew up and now he's a famous rapper and comedian, if he can do it, I feel like that describes me to a T, so there's no fucking reason why I can't do it. And then I did it. Cool, huh? So Bobby hit me up later on down the road and sponsored me. We might get into that story. I don't know, but we're just gonna... I have ADHD. I'm all over the place. I can't help it, so I'll start here. So I told myself I'm gonna be successful. I'm gonna set out to do exactly what I want in my life because, as you know, a lot of people work jobs and they're miserable, and everybody and their mom wants to be a YouTuber. Well, me and my buddies were sitting at the lunch table one day and they were talking about it and how they wanted to be YouTubers and this and that, and I thought, well, why say you want to? Why not just do it? That thought crossed my mind. I didn't say it out loud. I kept it in my head. And I thought about that all day long. That kept playing in my head the entire day. I never felt that feeling before. Why not just do it? Why not just do it? And I'm thinking, so there's these people. There's Jake Paul. There's Ryan Upchurch. There's Jared Outlaw. There's Lake Fort Guy. There's all these people, Demolition Ranch, that I watch, Brighton Price. Like, they do it. It's not impossible because they do it. They had to start from square one and then work their way down the road and then end up where they are now at 1 million subscribers and then 700,000 subscribers and another million. You know how their subs work and shit like that. So I'm like, well, then I can do it. So what's stopping me? I gotta start. So I started posting videos literally every day on my Instagram, and my Instagram took off. But it was one video that stood out that gained me like 700 followers, and this is one that most people know me by, is the sex talk video that I made. I was also sick in this video, and everything came off the top of my head, so check it out. Son, you know what this is? Salt? No, it's a condom. What are you supposed to do with that? It's rubber. It's protection for sex. Why would I want to put rubber on my dick? So you don't get, like, no diseases. Oh, like cooties? Yeah, you don't want to get cooties. I've never had the sex talk with you, have I? No? Do you know what a vagina is? Is it a sports car made in Brazil? No. It's a vagina, like what you came out of. Do you know what cum is? Like, come here? No, come. Right now? Son, come. Like, you mean come, like, right now, like, to you. No, I don't mean come over here. Like, bruh. Do you know how babies are made? Jesus. Yeah, 20%. But the preacher said Jesus makes all the babies. Like in a big baby factory. Yeah, your penis in a vagina makes a baby factory when you come. So if I come to you and put my penis in a baby factory, Jesus comes back? Son, do you know what STDs are? Do they sell it at a gas station? Son of a bitch. Now, I will say that I am happy and proud that I worked my ass off and bought an iPhone, and I know how to edit now, and I've taught myself how to do all this whole journey. But I will say that I do miss those days of being in my closet with my cheap Android phone that was $120, that wasn't $1,500 like this one, and I got to make videos, and nobody knew about it. It was just kind of me and my little group, and it was just something that I did that I enjoyed. I do miss those days. It feels weird looking back and seeing me as that little small kid on the internet with short hair, goofy looking, long neck. Like, it's funny. You're probably laughing right now. But, I miss those days, man. But yes, that video did go to World Star, I think, and World Star has like millions of followers. That video did really good. I think like 1,800 people had shared it. Like, that video took off. A couple famous people followed me: Katie Noel, Garrett Porter, Brighton Price, Jared Outlaw. They started commenting on my stuff, and it was so weird for me, and I knew I could make it because those are people I watched. So it went from me being a nobody to watching these people that entertain me to entertaining other people, and the people that watch me now watching me, or people that I watched now watching me. And I was like, whoa, that's cool, bro. So now I'm going to show you some of the comments from big entertainers that I watched commenting on my videos. And before you say this is being braggadocious or anything, because I have famous people commenting on my stuff and watching my videos, don't take it that way. Take this as nothing more than motivation to do exactly what you want. Remember, I was a nobody. I worked my ass off on the internet, and I built my little brand. Now, I'm still building it. I'm still a nobody, but I'm more than a nobody in a certain way. But I'm still nobody special. I'm nobody important. I'm just building my brand. So yes, the first one is Garrett Porter. Garrett Porter actually has a video coming out today. Go subscribe to his channel. I will put it up on the screen. Garrett Porter is actually one of my favorite YouTubers, even though he kind of quit posting YouTube videos because he went into the Air Force. But yes, he was my absolute favorite YouTuber for like a year straight. And yes, he does spell his name with 2 R's, which is unique. And he actually added me back on Snapchat, and I talked to him one night about his truck for like an hour. But yeah, not important. Yes, now the second comment is Katie Noel, which is a big rapper. She's a female rapper in the country rap genre. She quoted me in the comment, sports car made in Brazil, whenever I said something about a vagina in the video, and I said, what's that, a sports car made in Brazil, pretending to not know from my video. And she quoted it because she thought it was funny, and she followed me there. And yeah, I asked her if doesn't she have an album coming out, which she did, which I don't remember which one that was. Maybe Queen of the South. I don't remember at the time. This was 2018. But yeah, that's Katie Noel. Now, I will say as a PSA, I did unfollow her after all the shit with her in church happened. A big story, not important, none of my business. The internet flipped out over it. What she did to him, it was fucked up, not gonna lie. But other than that, before all that happened with her in church, me and her had a really good relationship. We talked regularly. I'm sorry. I'm from Warren, Texas. It's hard for me to say big words. But on a regular basis, we did talk. She gave me a lot of motivation. She liked all my stuff. She would frequently comment on my stuff. She was a big supporter, told me she was a fan. She loved my stuff. And I stayed in touch with her for a very long time, for over a year, and we constantly talked. Now, I have nothing against Katie Noel as a person. I'm not dissing her or anything. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not going to shit talk somebody, especially if they're not here. I have no issue with her, me personally. She's a really good person. She's a jam-up rapper. She's really good. She was killing the music industry. Then the shit happened with her in church, and I just kind of stayed away and was like, I'm going to disconnect myself from that side, because church is somebody that I highly respect, and I credit him for a lot of where I am now, because that was my motivation, and he was like the dream that I've been chasing the entire time of, well, if he can do it, I can do it. So every time he levels up and does something badass, I'm like, fuck yeah, level up for me. Like, you got to find something to keep chasing, and church is badass, so shout out to church. Yeah, so I just kind of disconnected myself, but no, she's not a bad person at all. I mean, at least I don't think. She's a really good person. I just disconnected myself, so no hard feelings towards Katie. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, these little clips of showing you these comments, they're like set up weird in iMovie, and you can't cut them. You have to like reverse them. It's really weird, so it's hard to show them. So I'm gonna quit putting these in because it's just gonna take forever and a day to make these. But that is Brighton Price. He has almost 800,000 subscribers. He got me into the whole four-wheeler thing. I mean, he was like my attraction to that because I did it, and I was looking at four-wheeler videos, and his stuff came up with a scrambler that he had and Scrambler 500 or whatever it was. It was awesome, and I wanted it. But he actually tried to sell it to me. But yeah, that's Brighton Price, and that was him reacting to a video I'd put out about him whenever he followed me, and I said, you know, stay away from AIDS. I was just doing my little YouTube personality, being funny. So shout out to Brighton Price. He still follows me, and I've talked to him in DM, and we talked about his razor and some other stuff, and he's a really cool dude. So shout out to Brighton. Love you, dog. But for the people wondering what it's like to do the whole entertainment thing in YouTube, personally, I love it. I think it's fun. I'm a creative person. I love making things. I love talking about things. I love saying things that other people want to say, but they won't. The way I've always worded it is being a voice for the voiceless, for the kids like me, or people like me that think like me, or don't think like me, whatever the situation is. Kind of standing up for them, saying, hey, you can do it. If somebody's pushing you down, you tell them to go get fucked. Fuck them. It doesn't matter. You do what you want to do in your life. You come in this life by yourself. You leave by yourself. You do what you want. You don't want to spend your whole life miserable doing something that you don't want to do. Because me personally, this might sound fucked up, but I think that if you're not doing what you want to do, then you're wasting your life and there's no point in living. So why live life doing something you don't want to do whenever you could do exactly what you want to do and inspire others to do what they want to do to make the world a better place? Because Jim Carrey says, I know you're probably thinking,
oh, because Jim Carrey says it, it must be right. Shut the fuck up.
Jim Carrey says that the world is about what you can offer it, not what the world can offer you. Think about that. So my question to anybody wanting to be some kind of entertainer, a YouTuber, a country singer, a rapper, an actor,
a porn star,
whatever it is you want to do, my question to you is, what's stopping you? And if you can tell me what's stopping you, stop what is stopping you. Whether it's your dad saying, hey, you need to not do this because that's kind of stupid.
hey, fuck you.
Or hey, your buddy doesn't think this because this and that, and he just thinks you're just not good enough.
Fuck you.
Whatever the case is, those roadblocks, use your brain as a big 18-wheeler, a big semi, a big fucking Peterbilt. That's what your brain's gonna be. You're gonna bust right. Hey, come back. You okay? Are you okay? You're gonna bust right through. It shakes every time. You're gonna bust right through those roadblocks. Fuck them. So this video is gonna be really cool and special to me later on down the road, whenever I'm a bigger YouTube channel and I'm a lot bigger and I have nicer things, because I have a goal that by the time I'm 23 to be pretty well off. And you know, people say, well, everything's not about money, and that's right, everything's not about money, but you want to be well off. Like, not rich, not stupid rich buying Lamborghinis, because I would never change. I don't need a Lamborghini. I'm still gonna drive old, loud, fucking rusty trucks that leak oil and shit like that. I would like to keep this truck all my life and set it up in my yard whenever I have a fucking big ass ranch somewhere in Tennessee. I would like to move to Gatlinburg, but everybody says, oh, it's just a vacation place. But I've seen mountains and pictures and it's beautiful. But I would like to be around there and be around the country music scene, because I love country music. I have a passion for it. Even though I'm not a good singer or anything, I love the scene of country music. But yeah, Nashville's something I'd like to see. But anyways, yeah, this will be something that I'll look back on, and I'll be making a reaction video like this to this video later on whenever I'm older and more facial hair and I cut my hippie ass hair off and shit like that, and I look totally different. It'll be really cool. But if you're thinking about doing something, don't let nobody stop you. Do it. Don't live your life miserable because of the guidelines of somebody else or the opinion of somebody else, to where you ruin your own life trying to make somebody else's better. So I do want to say thanks to everybody that did watch my video. Y'all are the best. I'm glad for the little group that I have supports me. One day we will be bigger. I know we are. I'm sorry, I'm half retarded. I have trouble saying words. I'm sorry. But we're going to do what we want to do. And I have a lot of people that look up to me now. And I was replying to a lot of messages last night. And a lot of people look up to me and hold me accountable and stuff like that. And I appreciate that. And I've had a lot of fun. And I want to keep growing and keep doing this for the rest of my life. So, sky's the limit, guys. And not just for me, for you too. It's not just for my own success and growing my channel. If you want to do your own thing, I support you. I'll be your first supporter, whatever you want to do. So, rock on, motherfucker.